Scanning for audio.
Hello and welcome to a Tin Dog podcast. If I'm right, you're probably listening to this at some point in the summer. That sounds nice and vague. Because I'm trying to play catch up, and I'm doing this as fast as I can, so bear with. Because let's face it, I'm embracing big time the things that actually make me happy, and I'm a little bit behind with my Big Finish reviews. So here we go with Dark Gallifrey, which is 1.3. Oh, this is going to be so confusing. So, Dark Gallifrey is kind of the range. And it seems to be heading towards some sort of big Dark Gallifrey storyline. And it's kind of the worlds of Doctor Who sort of thing, okay? We've got that. Now, the first three are Morbius based, yeah? And you've got Sam West playing the part. And God, he's good. Right, but I'll deal with that in a minute. We've had 1 and 2, which were basically the crew of a wooden time ship, I know, in ancient Gallifrey, in a post-Morbius world. And then Morbius was trying to come back. The spirit, the mind of Morbius, yeah? This story, episode 3, has actually got Tom Baker in it. I know. We'll deal with how he turns up in a minute. But what I'm saying is, these 3 are a standalone trilogy. We think. There's hints of a story further along where other characters will turn up, and probably some more Doctors. There's a talk of a War Doctor at some point. There's the very last appearance of... What I am saying is that we've got an ongoing new range and we've no idea where it's going, and this is kind of exciting. It's more of what we like, but not quite how we like it, in a new storytelling kind of way. What's not to like on this one? It's monthly as well, so we've kind of got, by default, a nice new monthly range that we can sneak out. So let's look at the synopsis and then come back to a proper review. If you just want the quick review, it's great, but let's do it properly. Morbius has been brought back to life on the Isle of the Dead, but a desperate Captain Argento has called for help and received it from an unlikely ally. Here is a stranger who knows the tyrant of old, and it's the only one who can put his plans on ice. But perhaps even the Doctor cannot stop the threat of Dark Gallifrey. Way. I don't know what that last noise was, but it's something I enjoyed. No, seriously. Sam West's performance is always going to be great. Regardless, he's probably going to be down as one of the great actors that we never got to play the part of the Doctor. And you know what? Being the default Morbius really isn't a bad silver prize, is it? I mean, really, Morbius, what's not to like? And he gets to play different... Oh, let's use the word iterations. I do like that word. Iterations of Morbius. We've got the artificial intelligence AI thing that lives in the strange crystal cavern. And we've also got more of a formed biomass, reanimated Morbius. It's just glorious. You can see how expensive this would have been and how great it sounds with the strange wilderness of the time vortex above them, this island that shouldn't exist, this wooden time ship, the crew who are so good. One of them's having post-regenerative stress and is basically one of the distant parents of the 11. Oh, it's just so dipped in loveliness, but it doesn't cross over into... fan service? Yeah, let's call it fan service, but you know the words I'm actually looking for. But it doesn't cross over into, well, let's use the word fan service, shall we? So what we're left with here is a cracking story with Tom Baker in it. Tom Baker's Doctor turns up. Oh, Tom Baker-ish. It's not going to affect any other Tom Baker story. You've got Tom Baker playing the part. But is it the Fourth Doctor? It's more of a suggestion of the Fourth Doctor. That sounds like he's hardly in it. He's in it loads. The reasoning behind why he's there makes sense, but he's more of Matrix projection. So it's Tom Baker wearing the robes from his presidential time. It's glorious. It's just a series of fantastically good actors, all playing brilliant parts. I love everyone in this. You're probably thinking, I might just skip the Dark Gallifrey series because I'm already addicted to all these other things. I mean, let's face it, you're looking at 5 releases a month minimum. That's a lot to shell out for. But this range is going to grow, and it's going to give you crossovers, and that's what this is really about. Crossovers with a lot of stuff that you've seen or heard before. There's, like I said, there's a War Doctor story just around the corner. And you all know how much I love those. I am loving this. Ancient Gallifrey is what I'm here for. I was having a chat with Luke, and one thing that he hates is every time that Gallifrey is mentioned in Doctor Who. But you know what? I'm here for the funny collars and the big hats. I really am. When I was a kid, all I wanted to do was have 2 things happen in Doctor Who stories. One was Daleks, because, you know, I'm that kid. And the other one was more about the Doctor's past in Gallifrey. The 5 Doctors was up there for me, because that's what I liked. I liked thinking of him as someone from Gallifrey, not the adopted son of Gallifrey, which I'm trying to come to terms with still, even after all these years. But no, actual Gallifreyan, someone who got bored and someone who left. So the Dark Gallifrey range itself is great, and I cannot wait to find out where it goes next. But obviously, you know, you've got limited funds and it's up to you. So you might just want to get this one by itself if you're a Tom Baker completist. But let's face it, you're with me. If you're a completist, you've already got the others. But, you know, let's face it, if you're not, and you're just like Uncle Tom, get this one, because he does a cracking performance, and him and Sam West is just a masterclass. Unfortunately, with it being one disc, some of the other people who are equally brilliant kind of aren't served as well, but that's because this is the end of a 3-part narrative. If you can, listen to them all back to back. You will not be disappointed. The richness of the atmosphere, the characterization, all superb. Tim Foley's really done a cracking job. Right, here's the trailer. As always, make up your own mind. Until next time, be seeing you.
A ripple in the vortex. Someone new has arrived.
I'm the Doctor. Who might you be?
From Big Finish Productions, the worlds of Doctor Who, Dark Gallifrey, Morbius, Part 3.
Was that a temporal transmat beam? I'm fizzing like a sherbet.
A Time Lord.
They've abandoned you all, just as they abandoned me.
There is one of them here, lost and confused.
He's back from the dead then, Morbius.
Doctor! Doctor! I see him!
I am time. I am all time. I am no time.
The clouds are gathering.
The pain! The pain!
Yes, indeed. I'll rip his mind to shreds.
Oh, the universe will be plunged back into war. A war that should never occur and might never end.
It's a pity you won't be here to see my destiny reassert itself.
I can't possibly hope to beat you like this.
We fight to the death.
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
That was the Tin Dog Podcast. Everything discussed is the intellectual property of others. No infringement is intended. For early access to reviews, follow the show on YouTube or Twitter @TinDogPodcast. To contact the show, email tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.